Hello and welcome to a sensible, no-nonsense car review of, well, this is not a car. This is a quadricycle, which means that depending on where you live, if you live in bits of mainland Europe, you can drive it at 14 years old without a licence. In the UK, the same does not apply. You need a driving licence and to be 17, but it does not conform to normal car conventions. It's called the Citroen AMI. It's left-hand drive only. To kind of explain more about it, I think I'll pull over, give you a little walk around of the vehicle, which I don't think will take very long. Because it is 2.5 metres long, it's about 1.5 metres wide. It weighs 485 kilograms, including the battery. They also quote a weight without the battery. I don't know why, because you're not gonna need it. This panel on the front here is exactly the same as this panel on the back there. These quarter panels are identical, these doors are identical, which means that this one here for the passenger opens that way, and then around on the other side of the vehicle, my side of the vehicle, driver's side of the vehicle, it opens in what they used to call, but don't like to anymore, suicide door fashion. There's 2CV styly windows. It's been a long time since I was in this 2CV, but basically they open like that. Well, that's your air conditioning. There is a vast glass area, actually. It's about 50% of the interior surfaces are glass, including, as standard, a glass roof like that. So these panels all sit over a steel space frame chassis. There are trailing arms at the back. There's McPherson struts at the front. There's a 5.5 kilowatt hour battery, which is at the back somewhere. But it's front wheel drive. The motor and stuff is at the front. And if you want to charge it, your choice is to plug it into the mains or nothing else. It's got a 2-pin continental European plug that they've put an adapter on. This does not charge at a very fast rate.
Now, it takes around 3.5 hours to charge the AMI's battery off the mains, and it's a 5.5 kilowatt hour battery, so you can't really charge it any faster than that. Inside, it is basic. There is nothing behind you. The rear window doesn't open. The passenger seat is fixed, and luggage then goes in the passenger footwell or on what's affectionately known in Britain as the curry hook. But it is bright, airy, and relatively spacious in here. There are fabric tabs to open the doors, and it's the work of a moment to remove the orange boxes in the dash and replace them with another colour. Your infotainment is provided by your smartphone, and there is a single-speed, quite noisy single-speed, fan and heater. There's a conventional handbrake, a drive, neutral and reverse gear selector, and a big panoramic view out of the front. So let's go.
And so there you have the technical details, such as they are. What else do you need to know? Well, the range is apparently 70 kilometres, and it will do up to 28 miles an hour. So there are places you can't take it. There are a lot of dual carriageways and things like that that you simply cannot go because you will not be allowed to. And I don't know if you heard that laughter of the bystander that I just drove past. That is also something that you would experience quite a lot with the AMI, because it does get noticed and people think, well, what on earth is that? Why is it so small? Why isn't it making any noise? And why is there a grown man driving what appears to be a toy car? But, well, all right, let's do the proper road test thing. What's it like? I'm gonna have to turn the fan back on in a minute or open my window. The problem with turning the fan on and talking to you is it's that loud. So let's go for the window instead. That is quite cool, that, isn't it? I do quite like that simplicity. And I like simple cars, I like small cars, I like narrow cars, quite like electric cars. So the fact that this is all of these things should make it appeal quite a lot. You can think of it as a rival to the Renault Twizy, I would guess. Only this keeps you warmer and drier. But it is not, I don't think, quite as much fun. And it is not, it's not as fast. That's now 45 kilometres an hour. I am a mobile traffic jam in an urban area. What's remarkable about its 2.5 metre length, it has a ridiculous turning circle. It's like 5 metres or something. It's unbelievably short. Right, is it fast? Wheel spin. 16 kilometres an hour, 21 kilometres an hour, 25, 30 kph. We are going uphill slightly, to its credit. 38, 39, 40 kmh. 44. So unlike Renault Twizy, it is front-wheel drive, and the Twizy is narrower, lighter, feels sparkier in a straight line than this. And I think really what they say is, would you rather your teenage child was riding a scooter, or would you rather your teenage child was driving something like this with a semblance of steel cage around them and a 3-point seatbelt, and without the ability to filter through traffic, which should prove a little bit safer than a scooter. It's quite loud, isn't it? On bad surfaces, it's really loud. I'm blitzing past a police car at maximum volume, maximum speed. Maximum speed is not very fast. Okay, so the proper road testy bit. Well, the steering turns the wheels. It's unassisted. It's quite agile. It wants to turn. You can pick a path between sort of those little roadworky lumps and bumps. It's not without entertainment. The ride is not exactly really smooth. It's got McPherson struts at the front. It's got trailing arms at the back. It has it has coil springs and conventional dampers. But the truth of the matter is that a car with a body this light, it's hard to make them to ride really well over speed ramps and things, just because the body's so light. It gets kicked off of line very easily. If with a heavy body, it's easier to create a car that rides lumps and bumps comfortably. What it does have is good body control and decent enough agility. It doesn't seem to have loads of grip, but that is not its, well, that's not its thing, is it? And so the question is, should you buy one? Well, in the UK, it's by no means guaranteed that you will be able to. Citroen thinks that it will be available in the UK, that left-hand drive won't be that much of a drawback because, you know, what are you going to be passing after all? And in France at the minute, you can buy one, you can put a deposit down, and then your lease agreement every month is like €20 a month over a 4-year lease. But if you want to buy one outright, it's about £6,000. So that's the kind of money you are talking about, which gets you all the scooter in the world, all the used car in the world. So instead, if you consider it as something that might be available on a car share scheme, or that would be a third car or second car in a family for running to the station or running to college in or something like that, then, you know, I can see where it has its place. It's quite good fun. I am quite enjoying it, apart from being stared at. I'm not totally sure it's going to change the world, but I'm rather glad it exists.